Hey YouTubers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. If you are checking this video out, chances are you are in the same position I am. Summer's over. We got the boat out in the driveway on cinder blocks. We're going to run you through the step-by-step procedures on how to winterize the engine. Behind me, a 25 horsepower Mercury Outboard, 2-stroke. And step one, you want to treat your fuel, because if you don't treat your fuel properly and let it sit over winter, it's going to spoil and gunk up. So if you have not checked that video out, here's the link. Check out that video. It runs you through the step-by-step procedures on how to treat and reserve that fuel during the winter. If you're back with us from the video that we ran you through the step-by-step procedures on how to stabilize the fuel, glad to have you. Let's get right to it. We are going to remove the cover on this actual engine. On the rear side, there is a lever. Shift it to the downward position. That will allow you to pull this whole cap off and gain access to the engine. Next, we need to gain access to the actual inlets of the carburetor. Let's go ahead and remove this plastic plate here. 2 Phillips screws here on the back side. Plate is now off. There is the carburetor inlet that we have gained access to. Fogging oil spray can is what we're going to use, and we're going to spray this inside the actual carburetor inlet. And all this is a wax-based oil that coats the internal engine and alleviates corrosion and moisture. Next, we need to position the muffs over the inlets, and once the engine is running, the impeller will bring the water in and properly cool the engine. Verify that that line of water is spraying out. If you do not see that water coming out, that means it is not working and your engine is not being cooled properly. Turn the engine off and figure that out first. When the engine is running, we are going to grab the fogging oil and spray slowly inside this little carburetor. And the engine will bog down because of what you're spraying into it. Allow it to bog down, stop spraying it, let the engine come back, spray some more, let it bog down, and you will continue this process over and over until the engine finally dies. However, do not overspray it in the beginning because the engine will cut out and you will have to start it again. As far as the RPM, you will want to make sure that the RPM is slightly above neutral. And we continue spraying that for another about 10 to 15 seconds until the engine died. Reinstall the cover plate. It's properly coated inside the carburetor. We are going to move to the spark plugs on the rear, and we are going to remove those. With ours, we grabbed a 13/16 wrench. Spark plugs are removed. Grab the fogging spray and spray into the holes where the spark plug goes in. Those will actually allow you to get the fogging oil into the cylinders. Once you get that fogging oil sprayed in, grab some paper towel and cover those holes, and we are going to crank the engine over. The engine will not start, so you don't need the water on. It will not start because the spark plugs are not in there. And as you crank it, do it a couple times, and that will get that fogging oil to circulate itself through the cylinders. After you do that, give it one good, maybe half a second spray into each hole again. And that completes that. Reinsert the plugs and plug wires, push until they snap into place, and those will remain in there all winter long. Come springtime, when you pull the boat out, make sure you replace the wires and plugs. I got a video at the end of this. At this point, you can shift your attention down to the lower unit. We are going to drain the gear oil and put on new seals on the screws, and that will be the next video. Hope this helps. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your YouTube notifications. By that, every video we upload, you will be notified. See you at the next video. Thanks again.